What's going on, NinBuzz community? I'm your host, RedFalconGames. Welcome back to another week of Community Choice. Last week, I asked you guys what your favorite normal type Pokemon was. And this week, we got the answers, as always. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. In 5th place with 8% of the votes is Ditto. Ditto is notorious for copying the other Pokemon, obviously, of course. And it can be used actually pretty competitively, too. Ditto, overall, very cute Pokemon. A little purple blob from Generation 1. It can be used competitively if you're throwing a Choice Scarf on that, and especially if it has the ability Imposter, which automatically Dittos the other Pokemon right away instead of you having to use Transform. You can outspeed your opponent and use that move. That's pretty much the way to go with Ditto in competitive. Ditto is just overall great though because he's a lot of the times used for breeding. I don't even want to say it, but Ditto gets around in Pokemon. I'll just say that. But really, you can breed it with any Pokemon, and it will come out to be the one that you breed it with, which is really cool. It's also used for like IV breeding and stuff. It has IVs, so it's pretty awesome overall. Ditto is a very useful tool in Pokemon. In 4th place, maybe not so much as a useful tool. This is Slacking. Slacking, the good old ape Pokemon. It has awful stats. I mean, excuse me, it has amazing stats, but it has an awful ability. Oh my gosh, this thing has the ability Truant, and this makes it so every other turn, it doesn't move. It slacks around, it says. This thing has 160 base attack power. Oh my gosh, it's so strong, but it just doesn't move every other turn. It is just, oh my gosh, that is crazy. Alright, so that's Slacking. He's pretty fun to use, I guess, but you will definitely get frustrated if you use him on your team. And moving on to 3rd place, this is Arceus, or Arceus, or however you say it, with 10% of the votes. This caught me by surprise. I honestly thought Arceus was going to be up to the top, maybe even number 1, but I'm glad to see that it's not. This thing is the original one, as they call it. Everyone calls it the God of Pokemon. The original Inception. Along with the creation trio of the 4th generation. And this thing has been distributed through events, but you could never find it really legitimately throughout the game, which kind of annoyed me. I don't like how they do that with some Pokemon, just make it events. Oh well. Arceus is just insane. Its base stats are 120 across the entire board, making it the strongest Pokemon in all of Pokemon. And it has the ability Multi-Type, so if you put a plate on it, it will turn that type that the plate is that you put on it. So it's pretty ridiculous, really overpowered, obviously banned in competitive play as a legendary. So anyway, moving on to 2nd place, we had a really close 2nd and 1st place draw. The 2nd place goes to Eevee with 26% of the votes. Eevee is the generally loved normal type Pokemon, very cute, obviously, and with the ability to evolve into many different types of Pokemon. I mean, you can get water, electric, fire, dark, psychic, grass, ice, and fairy. I can't believe I just did that off the top of my head. But those are all of the evolutions potentially. So, I think that's probably the reason why everyone loves Eevee. It's just because all the possibilities, really. You have so much to choose from, and it's obviously really cute. No one would really use it as a Pokemon, I don't think, on their team. They would evolve it into one of their favorite evolutions. But just edging out Eevee by, honestly, I think 2 or 3 votes overall is Snorlax. I didn't even expect this in the top 3. Snorlax is awesome though. I love to see it. It's that thing blocking your way all the way from the 1st generation even into the 6th generation. It's still there. Snorlax is awesome. It's leveled up from Munchlax with high friendship, and it's just a fun-loving, sleepy Pokemon. If I were a Pokemon, I'd probably be Snorlax, honestly. Let's be honest here. No, but he's just a big, fat, lazy Pokemon, and he's just easy to love. He's got a ton of HP, which is nice, and he's great in special defense as well. So he's viable as a competitive Pokemon. Very slow, but you can use that to your advantage. That's the countdown for favorite normal type Pokemon from NinBuzz. So let's go ahead and get on to next week's question. We're going to switch up the games a little bit. We're going to go to Zelda. And it says, which is your favorite Zelda boss? I got this question on Twitter. So shout outs to the person on the screen right now. Thank you very much, and you can always request a question on Twitter at RedFalconGames if you'd like. You can check out my personal Let's Play channel, RedFalconGames, youtube.com/RedFalconGames. I'm doing a Let's Play of Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64. That would be awesome if you check that out. It'd also be awesome if you give this video a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it, but most importantly, don't forget to comment below your favorite Zelda boss from any Zelda game. I'll be back next week to cover it. Thank you guys for your support on this series, and I will see you guys next week. Have an awesome week, NinBuzz.